all the weed smokers, they think so slow.
Slowly?
And they talk like they think slow. Right now, if I interact with anybody, first time, I can tell you if they've smoked weed regularly in their life.
That's okay.
I just had a typo on that one.
Someone needs to lock that man up.
Bro, that guy, bro.
He was athlete.
Hey, yeah.
Mama always does this, man. I was like, imagine he was a racist. Like, he hated black people.
And that changed everything.
And
Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Disruption Podcast. Thank you for joining us. Cardi B is going back to the streets.
Oh, God.
Israel is ruining the streets of Lebanon. And our generation is finished because we're all on these streets.
That's the one.
We have an hour and 20 minutes to entertain you. Thank you
Back
for
at it.
spending your time with us. Hopefully you like it. If you do like it, by the end of this, make sure to head to Spotify. Give us a rating.
Yes,
make sure on YouTube you like, comment, subscribe, and share it around as well. I think that's pretty much and then follow us on the socials, all that kind of stuff. The clips come out. It's fun. Interact with them.
Round of applause for Noel for walking my scene. Yep.
that
The
was
door is
beautiful,
now
man.
open. Welcome to our house. Man said, yep, thank you. Hey, man, how you guys feeling? We good?
It's another Baghdadi.
Intro.
shoot,
Come on
man.
now.
Bro, how you also get the intro?
I don't know. I'm so gassed by his presence and what he just did. I forgot my name, bro. Do it again.
It's another Baghdadi.
Chief Olosoji in the building, baby.
It's the girl Moeezy.
It's the Prince.
What's
going on?
Full house, bro.
That's
Full
it.
house.
We good?
We're good.
We're good.
We're
Yeah,
blessed?
we are well.
All right.
Want to get straight into it.
I got two questions for you guys. I just wanted to go straight into it.
Straight into
two
it.
questions.
He doesn't care about our week.
This has been 3 weeks in development in my mind, and then this morning in the shower, the questions
Peaked.
landed. It just peaked, and it just fell
It's
on
right
my
there.
lap.
It's right there.
Question number one, yeah? And I'm looking for percentage, just clear percentages. No, you know what? We'll start off with the other question.
Oh, no, I like the percentage.
No. We'll go to the percentage after. Because after we've realized just how the law of the land is, then we'll figure out how many people fit into this
Sounds
category
good.
now.
All right.
Question number one, yeah, is how finished do you think we are as a generation? Or how finished do you think our generation is? I.e., what are the treacherous and damning activities that our people are engaging in? Now, I'll give you some context.
Yeah.
Okay? This happened as I was walking to work. I was doing my thing, enjoying the weather as I normally do from the station to my workplace. And I see this man walking down, wearing crutches. And I had so much pity for him. I was like, man, it's early morning. The guy's got a moon boot. He's wearing crutches. Like, this would be hard. I was like, God forbid I ever actually injure myself that much that I have to do my morning task with crutches. Dog, I saw this man take a break. I said, yeah, this is tiring. Pull out a vape from his pocket. And take a fat puff. And then I just saw a puff of blueberry ice.
Blueberry ice.
He was charging.
Just going into the... And I was just like, nah, we're done. We're done. This has to be a horrible
Taking a smoke
habit.
break.
Brother, a smoke break for every 50 meters that you walk is wild.
I mean, I sent you the photo the other day. We had somebody rent the studio, and they had their vape and their asthma pump. And I was like, what the freak, bro? Like,
That's
you are your
crazy.
worst enemy.
My guy said pick one.
Pick a struggle.
Pick a struggle.
both,
My
man.
guy said why not both?
But I saw that and I was like, nah, this is how I know our generation is very unserious and we're finished.
Yeah.
These habits are bad. And then now it's culminated into, okay, what are we actually doing regularly that is finishing us?
Okay, so this one, I clocked it this week. I don't know why I was just thinking about this. Weed is too much.
It's too much?
You know what I realized? Everybody I know that smokes it somewhat regularly, like as in I'm talking
Name them.
weekly, right? She doesn't, I don't know if she does it anymore, but like, yeah, okay. Like
No!
what I actually realized, all the weed smokers, they think so slow.
Slowly?
Yeah.
And they talk like they think slow. I can tell you right now, if I interact with anybody first time, I can tell you if they've smoked weed regularly in their life.
That's okay.
I just had a typo on that one.
I know it's you.
I can tell you if someone was a regular weed smoker, even 5 years ago, based on how they communicate with me.
It's
so
crazy.
weird. It's a
And
lot.
their lips, because their lips are black.
lips?
The nails are always a little bit long, so
Yeah.
they can break up the bud easier.
There's no way that's what the nails
Yeah.
are long for.
Yeah.
I thought these guys were playing
Is it?
guitar.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they keep their nails a little bit longer, so it's easier to break up the weed.
Wow.
And sometimes for the hoof, yeah.
Yeah, that's a different level of.
Sorry.
Yeah. But you know what it is? Because we'd had a good rebrand.
So what's the rebrand now?
Because everything else started hitting our streets.
Yeah.
Everyone else started getting into all the other things, bro. When I saw for the first time, saw some people do like lean around me, I thought I was in power, bro. I was like, I didn't realize this has hit Australia yet.
Yeah.
Like
I remember that time.
You know what I mean? I was like, oh, we're graduating now. And then Weed had a rebrand. I started looking at Weed as like, oh, like that's chill.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not really like
It's
you're
chill.
not really
Yeah.
all the way there.
Just to clarify,
But then
it's
now-
illegal here still.
Still legal. No, yeah.
Legal. Medicinally, you
yeah.
can get it, and everyone's getting
Medicinally,
medicinal.
yeah.
And everyone's now planting in their backyard for
Yeah.
medicinal purposes,
Crazy.
apparently.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know when the last time I smelled weed.
Right.
Yeah, you just haven't been outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel
Yeah,
like
maybe because for me, it's weird how you say like it becomes such a regular thing. I'm like, what happened to weed?
let's start a campaign. What
Kids are not smoking.
bro?
No, for real. I was
Someone's
like-
gonna go into parliament with that as their campaign, bro. They're not
no,
smoking
no,
enough.
bro.
Too much vape, bro.
Because I went to
Crazy.
South Yarra literally 2 weeks ago, or last week, and I watched a movie, Blink Twice, banger movie. And then went back to my car. It was like 11 p.m.
Right.
I was like, what's the smell? I was like, I think that's
This guy was
weed.
so disgusted.
No, I was like, bro,
It's gas,
and
bro.
I-
It's
I-
not nice.
and I forgot
That's it.
that it existed.
You know what? I think all the weed must be in South Yarra. Because when I went for my walk during work,
Yeah.
dog,
You can smell it.
yeah,
That's in
beware.
Cranbourne.
Crazy. So, but so that's a major one that's
Yeah.
packing our generation.
I hate seeing people like, and I'm like, oh, you have borderline lifelong, or at least it's still prevalent in the fuzziness in your
Yeah.
mind.
That's wild. The,
And,
yeah,
and
the
that's the
slowness
thing,
is a
they
real
talk
thing.
about that fuzzy, the brain fog.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, yeah. That's a major one.
I don't- Go
No,
on.
no, no, no.
I don't know how horrible, because I actually don't know what the effects of this thing is, but I see it on a regular. People are doing it from Monday to Sunday, from 7 a.m. to whatever time you want. Shisha.
Okay, the
Shisha is
hashish.
the hashish, bro. Is a
Yeah.
very,
See, you're
very
gonna get me
big
started.
one. Like people are carrying their little equipment.
No. We're not doing mobile
I,
shisha.
I
We're not.
promise
Well, I mean,
you.
people have their little suitcases they buy for
Yeah,
home.
they
and
literally have their
Yeah.
suitcases.
It's an ick, right?
That thing
If
is
you go
in the back of the car.
Dandenong, they sell them
Yeah.
in that street.
Yeah.
And
Talk-
the
talking
other day,
about-
I
talking
saw
about
like 3
portable.
people walking. Yeah.
Portable.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw my friend's story like this a while ago. My guy, I was like, wow, beautiful views, lake.
And he panned the
Yeah,
camera.
the shisha.
This chick with his missus. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. The fruit plat. I said, oh man. I was gonna reply, but shake my hand.
Yeah.
Then he did this.
Dope.
You can see the portable shisha. I said, yeah. I was like, nah, don't worry about what I was gonna say.
They're loving it. They're loving
no,
it out
handshake,
here.
bro.
Did Hashish get a rebrand as well? Did Shisha get a rebrand too?
Probably.
Hashish is weed.
I know, yeah. But I call Shisha Hashish, yeah. Did Shisha get a rebrand as well then?
I don't know if it's a rebrand.
I think
I
it's
don't know
always
what it
been
is. I think it's a pastime as well for a lot of people to.
It is. It's
Yeah.
a social spot. Funny
It
enough,
is a
yesterday I
social
was in a
spot,
shisha
yes.
lounge, right?
Yeah.
Watching the Premier
Wow.
League. Watching the Premier League.
Corporate number
right?
one.
And like the boys that I'm with half smoke, half
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
So you just see,
Um,
right.
Ethnically, also, it's kind of split.
Does it split
into the two ethnicities,
Interesting.
right? And I was just like sitting there. I'm just watching the football, and I'm just like, how much can you just keep
Doing
puffing
this?
on pipe? You know what I mean? Like
Hey.
non-stop. Yeah, because that's what you have to realize is gay activity. But like as in non-stop, and I can see it in terms of like on a social aspect. There's something nice.
Like you come together, you're just sitting
yeah,
down.
you know what I mean?
Not
And
doing
it's like,
much.
and back home, that's what all of our
Yeah,
cultures
yeah.
also have. But I'm also like, you realize you're actually smoking like 40 cigarettes right now.
Dang, man. It's mad, bro. I mean, everything can't be around the whole vape, weed, shisha
Alcohol.
culture.
Yeah, of
alcohol. Do we have an alcohol problem in our generation? I mean, I feel like every
I believe
generation
so.
has had one, but do we also have one in our gen
Yeah,
still?
I think
Are
so.
people packed up by that?
I don't think we social drink very much.
So is that
Like people
good?
drink to kill sorrows, which is a real problem.
No.
Yeah.
Like I don't know,
Okay, so
like
we're
how
packed
many
up.
times have you been to like I don't know a barbecue and just
Yeah.
people had 2 beers and that's it?
You're actually right.
I think that's more of the older generation for me. When like,
Nah, well they also killed
yeah,
their
I know,
sorrows.
but
and alcohol.
but I'm saying like when I go to barbecue, like people our
Yeah.
age, I don't see much of
Nah.
Yeah.
that. But if I go to a barbecue and then they're over 35 or 30 years old that's involved, there's always just casual drinks. I'm like, wow, like people not.
Yeah.
Would you say to drink
Yeah.
or?
yeah.
So it's funny how that works.
What do we?
But quickly to add on that, obviously, yeah, we added like the weed alcohol, blah blah blah. I think sexual activity
This is running
Come
the
on.
money.
Sexual
Wow,
activity.
wow.
Pastor Carlos is here, man.
No. I'm just saying, like, I was actually funny enough. I was actually watching this interview.
What were you watching?
It was just a random interview. They were
Okay.
talking about P. Diddy again, right? But we're just talking about when you have too much of, when you engage too much in this activity, you're like, what's next?
What do you mean?
Didn't I
what's
say this time ago? I don't think a lot of these celebrities are, what's the word? I don't think they're necessarily homosexual in their attractions.
Yeah.
I don't think they're pedophilic in their attractions. I don't think they're just bored.
They're just bored. They're just
No,
exploring.
because the act that you have committed is homosexual, or the act you have committed is pedophilic or perverted or whatever you want to call it, right? But it's like, all right, I'm puffy, right? What?
No way.
and
He escaped.
and you're used to getting, it starts off with, hey, now I'm getting money, I can get any girl I want.
Yeah.
Then suddenly becomes every night of the week, I can get any girl I want. Then it becomes 3 nights of the week, I'm getting 3 girls that I want. And they're all supermodels now, right? And then it becomes, and it's like, it gets boring at a point, so something has to be different, right?
And then they
And so it's like,
exploring,
it's just out of this, because I mean, put it this way, married couples do this as well.
Yeah,
it's
when
just
they start
within.
swinging.
No, not necessarily that. I'm just talking like
like
a
even
healthy
just
married
within the
couple.
bedroom.
It'll start off,
Yeah.
hey, missionary, and let's try another position
Change it
and
up.
whatever, and then eventually it's like, hey, what do you say about your toes in my mouth? And then what do you say about the other option? You know what I mean? Like,
My guy said, we
but it's
can't
like
keep doing the same thing for 30 years.
actually, like, we got to try new things, right?
Yeah.
But it's like when you've allowed yourself to jump into, hey, new things for me was begging for a pagan, right?
Yeah.
Now it's, hey,
Yeah.
age on the clock. Ready for the.
Yeah.
No, like it actually makes sense. Like this guy, I forgot his name, Bobby Valentino. Something.
Bobby Valentino?
Is his name? The R&B singer.
Yeah, I was gonna say the artist.
Yeah, his bodyguard was like, yeah, this guy has like 30 girls a week. That's mental. Yeah,
That's not healthy for your soul.
Yeah.
Having that
Definitely
level of
not.
interaction with other humans and
Exactly.
seeing your body so cheaply almost that you're willing to just
to just
like,
do that.
it
Yeah,
is what it
so
is.
it kind of makes sense how they're like, yeah, hey, like and that's literally what he was saying. It's like, bro, 30 within a week for a whole month. You're gonna be bored.
Yeah.
You're gonna trial.
that is
you're gonna
mental.
explore.
30
Yeah.
a week is
Wow.
120 a month.
That's crazy.
Is 1,440 a year?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah. Right.
Maths.
Goodness gracious.
Bro.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've shook hands with 1,440.
40 people.
How crazy is that? But yeah, going back to the whole
What's
thing.
packing us up? Yeah.
That definitely that. It's crazy how it just happens so casually.
So what do we need to do? Slut shame more?
Hey, no, you know what I was gonna say? I don't know if I'm just maybe I'm around. I don't know if it's a circle thing but I feel like there's a bit because the question I was gonna ask after you just mentioned that one was do people actually see that as a problem in our gen? But I feel like there's been an interesting weird shift where people are actually saying like I actually want to chill out. I don't know.
Like
I'm
shame
talking.
is becoming a thing. Like
Talk.
Yeah,
people
I
don't
like where
want
you're
to
going.
be walking around with shame or knowing that everyone knows what their sexual activity is. Because back in the days, it's like it used to just spread. You would know what this person's been
definitely
doing. Yeah, something else.
spread
But
eagle.
you would know what people are doing because Tellies was.
Oh,
Yeah, you just hear
man.
somebody next door.
Yo, yeah.
No, but like Tellies was a thing where, and it's like you
Yeah.
have 4 rooms, and it's like, oh, I accidentally opened this room, and I'm
Yeah.
seeing, so and so they're
This
doing
guy's
stuff.
boyfriend and that
And,
girl's girlfriend.
Like it is what it is, Within the next week, it's being spread. Everyone knows that you were doing this, but now I don't think it's a thing that people are doing as much anymore. And I'm glad we are.
It's not just that. I think also maybe for us specifically, as we're getting older and our friendship group gets older,
Yeah.
I think people starting to realize the impacts of that in a relational sense.
Of course.
Right? Because they're starting to get a bit more serious about having relationships and meaningful relationships, right? And so it's like, once you go, either I'm going to have to explain this to somebody, or somebody's going to have to explain this to me, right? You start going, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And then, because there's this internal struggle, and I don't think a lot of people like to admit it, where it's like, if I don't want to hear about their past, or I don't want to tell my past, there's that feeling of, you only like me because you don't know. Or I only like you because I don't know. And I don't think you actually love somebody, if that's the case.
You don't love somebody
If
if
they
you don't
don't
know.
know.
If you, like in my mind right now, like let's say I'm with somebody, and I'm like, I don't want to hear anything about your past,
Yeah.
right? Or they're like, I don't want to tell you anything about your past or my past. And then it's like, for me, it's like the fact that I only like you because I don't know tells me that there's potentially something that if I knew, I wouldn't like you. And then that, or vice versa, right? If I don't want to tell her anything, then
It's
it's
my
like,
past.
okay.
Like I'm not the same person. I could have moved states and now all of
100%.
that is
No,
behind.
Look, that States one, I want to hear that a little bit more, but carry on, man. That States one shook
yeah,
me.
I
So
don't know.
far, I disagree, but I want to I want to hear you go.
Like, look,
but-
because my thing is, I don't think any of this stuff has an impact on somebody's self-worth as a human, right?
Right.
But the way I would put it is like, it's almost like excess weight, all right? So somebody that's morbidly obese, I'm gonna say this how it is. I don't care. Somebody that's morbidly obese is not less worth a human or dignity or anything like that than somebody who's in perfect shape is, right?
Okay.
But they're a little bit harder to find attractive.
So far, I was going to say, so far I'm with you on this. But
Wait, hold on.
No, I mean, okay,
yeah.
very blanketly
In a
speaking,
relational sense.
I
It's
got
not
a
like-
quick question for Noor then, yeah? Because I disagree with what you're saying. So, because you could argue, I love you so much that even if you tell me what your past is, I don't care.
So I don't even want to hear it.
I don't even care to hear it because nobody cares how I feel
yeah.
about you. Do you know?
Nah,
what I
that's
mean?
fear.
I think
That's
that's
guarding your heart. That's guarding your heart. That's guarding your heart.
Let's be honest.
That's guarding your heart.
Nah, that's not guarding. It's like, I don't care.
That's a boundary. That's what that
bro.
means.
That's yo. I don't want to mess up the fact that I love you so much by hearing about what your past is.
It just sounds nice.
Or
That's-
I don't want you also because I hate
No.
I hate for this stuff to get misconstrued as a guy girl thing, just as a person thing,
Yeah.
right? Same thing. I might be like, I don't want to mess up how much you love me by telling you about my past, so I'm not gonna do that. I don't think that's
No, I'm saying it's not going to change what you
Yes,
tell
yes,
me.
yeah. No.
So it's like I
Okay.
don't even care about it. So I'm not going to ask you.
I think we say like, for example, all right, we're all grown ups. Everybody has a past. With my partner, it's like I explained my past. She explained her past. Everything, names, this, that, whatever, didn't change anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's that.
But you could also
You
argue.
don't have a wild past.
No,
though.
but also.
Like your past isn't wild enough
far
for
as you
her
know.
They
to.
said as far as you know.
Ow.
Right? But okay, no. So now you're proving my point.
No, okay,
Yeah,
no.
but
No.
yeah,
Now you prove my
Because I
point.
know
Is
what
that
I'm
there is a
saying.
wild
I said, get the
past?
heck out of the
Yeah,
witness
but-
stand.
What I just said, hold on.
Say me and
No. It's not you realize what you said. It's you realize what you think.
I just clocked what I said.
What you think.
No.
Because okay, past is also we do sexuality too much, right? Past is also
Financial
finances,
decisions, yeah.
criminal history, all this kind
Yo.
of stuff. No, because seriously, like, all right, let's say I meet a girl, right, and she's a lovely girl and whatnot. She's like, hey, I just got to let you know,
When I was 18.
when I was 18, I did 6 months over a stabbing.
Oh, brother.
No, wait, no, see, because now you're being judgmental.
Wait, brother.
Because
let's- yeah.
because context is, hey, I grew up in South Central Los Angeles. It's a really scary place. This is the
situation
things
led
that
to
we
this.
thought was normal, right? A girl to honestly tell me that and being remorseful and all that kind of stuff is very different to a girl that grew up in Glen Waverley and was like, I got drunk on a night out and decided to take the knife off the grilled burger and
Yeah.
that's two completely. Yeah, both of them have stabbed somebody. Both of them did
The
some prison time.
context
The
behind
context is
it.
different. Same thing. A guy tells a girl, just letting you know, I've been broke.
That's different.
I've been
No,
broke.
no.
I've been broke twice. Right?
Yeah.
And she goes, okay, well, you're not broke now. And it's like, oh, well, the context is he's been broke twice over a gambling addiction. All right? It's not the same as somebody who's tried a business twice and failed. Right? That's two completely. This is where it's like the past. We hate to just accept the reality. The past matters on
look at
everything
it.
in your life. It's a combination of decisions that you've made, right? And I think same thing, right? If a guy knows that like he's, for example, he has like an aggressive history, right? Not with women, even just like in terms of I've been in punch-ons, I've been in this, and I've been in that, and whatnot. And it's like it's not something that he has when you have an actual reason for something, you know when you actually don't have a reason for something. You know what I mean? And it's like then he doesn't want to share that because he knows she's gonna think, wow, this guy is aggressive. That's kind of dangerous for me.
Yusuf.
You know what I mean? It's like, nah.
Context to the individual.
Context to the
Yeah,
individual,
yeah.
man. This is where I
agree.
say, right? So it's like, again, back to the whole, in the sexual past sense, the whole weight analogy, it's very different if someone goes, they're 35 years old and they're like, I've got 15 bodies, right? From pretty loving circumstances of people I was dating and whatnot, versus I've got 15 bodies of just one night stands. It's a different thing, right? There's context to it.
I think if you care about
And depending on the
that-
person, either one can be worse for you.
each person. Yeah.
At the end of the day, all the stuff is like, you have to find someone that matches your opinion with this stuff.
And what you can take
Yeah,
ultimately, man.
exactly.
Mad.
What? So you're saying, "Oh, just come out to your partner and just say it"?
I mean,
Is that
I
what-
can't lie. That's
Hey, that's
kinda
the best
needed.
way, because then you know that I'm loved because of who I am.
Because of who, yeah.
Or despite who I
I
am.
was going to say, it goes back to the love despite, not love because.
Mm.
You can't love someone
Yeah.
because you don't know everything else. You need to love them despite everything that you do know.
Yeah. Well,
I
I'm
need
just
some clicks,
advocating.
need some freaking clicks in the room, man.
I'm
Bro.
advocating for the people that just say, "Hey, I don't care about your example." Let's say a guy who is financially stable or millionaire or whatever, right?
Yeah.
He gets with the girl. They get into he doesn't care about her finances because he knows he's clear with the finances. So he doesn't care about what your past is financially.
No.
Yeah, but he also but he
But-
knows her
I think
finances.
you lost
He
it
though.
there,
does
Frank.
know what
Hold up,
he
hold up,
knows.
hold
No,
up,
he
hold
does-
up.
I'm saying he doesn't care.
But he does care because he's a millionaire, so he has to protect his assets, right? That's a big thing, okay? Because then if the context he finds out is she's bad with money, but also she's been in relationships where she's ruined guys' financial situation because she wants him to spend a certain way, this, that, whatnot,
Brother,
that matters to him.
I'm telling you right now, those guys not gonna sit here and say.
telling you,
what's
a guy
your
doesn't
financial-
That only
What-
matters
what is
depending
your-
on what that
what-
guy's financial situation
No,
is.
that's I gave you an example.
No.
I'm
So I'm
saying-
saying-
Oh, this is getting so red pill.
but you see in that situation, if he's not good anymore, he's gonna start caring about what her financial situation
But that's
is. though.
different.
That's the
No,
reality of the thing. though.
we're talking about initially because we're talking about someone care about someone's past.
We're talking about developing a relationship, actually.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But even in a relational sense,
they're not gonna care.
No,
is
but
what
even
I'm
in a
saying.
relational sense, you would be like, okay, maybe I want you to be, well, in that sense, yeah, he's a millionaire, whatever. It's like he's like, yeah, I don't care if you stay at home, I don't care if whatever. But it would be weird for him to like meet a girl and not be inquisitive as to, hey, why are you 26 and you've never had a job?
Yeah. I mean,
Like, as in, you know what I mean?
But
Like,
that's different.
or-
I'm saying
yeah.
I don't care.
Now,
how much,
he's not
I don't
gonna
care, no.
care if she has $20,000 or
I'm talking
$2,000.
he's not gonna care about what is your financial.
But if he doesn't ask
Background.
why, like, as in, how do you only have $2,000? Right? Because again, context, right? If she's like, oh, I support my family, whatnot, like, this is as much as I've been able to save in the last 2 years. Very different to like, I like to travel and spend money.
Yeah. I still think
I
it
do
worked.
think-
Bro,
I do
context
think-
to your
No,
past is
Yeah,
important.
but I definitely think that whole I don't care, I don't want to know because it's not going to change anything.
It's not
a
healthy,
cop-out.
bro. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's not
But
healthy
I'm telling you that there's
because
people out there that live like
No,
that.
why would you not want to know your
because
full
what
partner?
it's not just that. What I've experienced, but also what I've seen so many times is that whole thing of like, not gonna tell, and then
Find out.
you have to find out either through a friend or you enter a room and they're like, hey, just letting you know, somebody here, or you suddenly go, hey, let's go on holiday, and they're like, hey, man, I don't really got the money like that. And it's like, wait, why don't you have the money like that? Oh, because I spent it on tax lotto. You know what I mean? Like it
context,
ends
man.
up coming up, and so my thing is like, if you are if you're in a relationship with long enough for long enough with anyone, things will come up.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
So my thing is, bro, let them run off rip. Right.
Yeah.
And let's see where we go
And
from here.
then we decide if it's worth running this or not.
Yeah. Serious.
Everyone is different, man.
All right, so
But yeah, the
our
percentage of-
generation. So, all right, there's a couple things running rampant in our generation then, for sure. We're getting packed up in relationships. I think for sure is a big part. People in and out, and you're saying the sexual activity part is running rampant. Drug use, alcohol use, probably some poor financial decisions, whatnot.
I think even employment.
Employment?
No, not in
I
the
feel like
ba-
that one is not as much of a fault of our generation as it is the
Yeah.
economy and the
Yeah,
state
yeah.
of the thing of the world.
No, I don't mean employment that way. I just think our approach.
Like
So,
education.
or our approach
education and stuff.
to work, even you're saying,
Yeah.
and our attitude towards it.
I'll be
yeah,
honest.
facts.
This
But
mu-
which is not a bad thing. I don't think this is like
It's a
funny
liberating
one.
thing.
It's a funny
but
one.
we
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
No,
but there might
liberation.
be consequences.
Yeah, I
down
was
the
gonna
line.
say
Yes,
liberation
yes,
without
yes.
direction is just foolishness. Ultimately,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
That's
That's what it. Yeah, freaking click, man. As in, we're
Okay,
becoming, we're trying to
Something
become
like
free
this,
in our
yeah.
minds and whatnot. But
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go where?
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? Are we saying that
So I'm saying
we're too
our attitude,
much
yeah.
boss
I think it's the
mentality quality.
attitude.
Our attitude
It's
towards
not
it is like,
that,
I
it's-
stuff this. I am the
I am-
the
yeah.
captain of my own life.
Got you.
I don't want to sit within this. You know, and then again, there's actually a lot of people that are very fine with that. Like we act like the whole of our generation is like this. But I think a vast majority that talks about it is in our mindset
Yeah.
of stuff this,
I
stuff
think
that.
it kind of the root statement is I don't want to work hard.
Yeah.
Technically, that's what it comes down to. Yeah,
You know,
Ultimately,
And
yeah.
Funny enough, I actually think this might be out of all the things we mentioned. This might be
probably
the
the most
only thing
detrimental.
that's relevant to our generation only.
Only that's a
Like
good
the
point.
drinking,
sense.
the
That
drugs,
makes
the
sense.
sexuality, all that
Transcends.
it's transcended time.
14-year-olds are moving mad now as well. Yeah.
Whoa, how do you know?
I'm in schools for workshops.
But the whole I don't want to work hard thing seems
yeah.
somewhat
100.
us, and honestly,
I was gonna say because of
Devolve
COVID, we were all
exasperated
entering
that.
into. Say that again.
Devok, how we do because then they banned that
Exasperated
other
is
word.
nice.
Yeah,
Well, what is it? Devok?
yeah, like that other word backwards. Because don't they not like these words?
Oh,
Yeah,
Cobb. You don't want to say the 19 word.
Yeah.
yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, take the time down, bro. I think definitely it because we were just entering into the swing of things. That our generation was the one moving in. For the most part, the other generations established. They either got made redundant or they just continued things as normal.
Yeah.
We were still trying to. So 100%, this space of like not wanting to work hard because of what we saw is possible during that time.
Yeah.
And we have
And it started with the Great Resignation. Do you remember this?
yeah, that was a
The
whole thing. Yeah.
thing
And
around-
then that's what I kept on saying. Everyone's just moving around.
Yeah.
Like literally, people are quitting jobs, but then so many vacancies. Everyone just like
Yeah.
literally, we had a whole time where we were just shuffling
Yeah,
workforce into different places. But this is the first time where like a lot of wealth is in young hands as well.
Yeah, for
A lot of
sure.
the time it's mostly been older people and passed down generations.
yeah.
But during that period of time, that was when we made so many young millionaires as well. So everyone's realizing what's possible in this life now.
So I think this
and we don't want to
generation
work hard.
probably has the highest percentage of like creatives and entrepreneurs. Yeah, I feel like every second person is either creative or they're in like the entrepreneur type of space.
Realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I'm not trying to like correlate and say people who don't work hard are creatives or entrepreneurs because
Yes, you are.
it's not the truth. It's not the truth. You work very, very hard, but
The fact she rolled her eyes when she said that.
I'm a creative.
Oh man! But all right,
The percentage of
so that's all the things that are packing us up. Now, how many people do we think this hits? What's our rough percentage estimate? And not even rough. This is quite factual. This podcast, anyway. So what we say is
it's actually
gospel.
funny because man,
It's not funny, Carlos. It's a
no,
serious
no, no,
situation.
no, it's funny in a way because we think it's such a high number, but you also realize the world is so big that
Yes.
a lot of people actually don't even
Yeah.
care. I
We
forgot
don't know them.
There was
We
something
just
that
don't know.
I don't
happened,
know that.
and I realized I was like, man, like I'm tapped in because actually I'll give you an example. Yeah, so we're all on TikTok. Yeah, and
right.
let's just say we're on TikTok every day. Yeah, but there's also a lot of content that I come across that Daniel's always like, what's that? Like he's not even he has no clue
Yeah.
about that. And also the same with I just showed you guys a video that on my TikTok that was circling around for like the whole week.
Yeah.
Every second couple of videos will pop up again. But you guys have never seen it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's weird. It's like we think it's such a huge number, but of course our social media just feeds us that particular thing, right? So it makes it look like the number is like 50%.
So what's the number for real?
For me, I thought it was 50%. So
Yeah.
I'm going to drop it down. I'm going to say finished.
Finished, yeah. How many are finished?
Like,
Like if we don't intervene now, finished.
Are we only taking into account the things that we mentioned?
yeah.
So like this alcohol, the
so-
vaping,
Yeah,
the
but then expand. Yeah. You know what? We'll keep it confined to that.
Okay.
and
Alright,
reckless
cool.
behavior.
Reckless behavior.
25%.
25 only.
25.
Say only?
Yeah. No.
But 25 out of like, wow.
Out of 100.
Out of
And what's the age bracket for this
I
generation?
would say from 20 to 30.
Oh, so it's like an older crowd. Because
I
if
mean,
we included,
dog, you're on the tail end of that.
20
okay,
to
hold
30?
on, why don't we relax?
Tail end of
Oh,
that.
let's
20 to
relax.
30?
Yeah, around or if I want to drag it, 18 to 35.
Ah,
I think that's fair. That's a generation.
18 to 35
Yeah,
is the,
alright,
is
cool.
the
18
actual
to-
generation.
All right, cool.
Um,
Yeah, man. Actually, the younger ones be. Yeah, all right, cool. Might
You
have to
see, it
push up
starts to look like
I still don't
65%.
I still don't think it's a huge.
it's tough because
Yeah.
a lot of them end up correcting themselves a little.
half.
Although I just think the things that they're doing are becoming more intense.
Yes,
That it's
the
harder
journey
to
to
correct.
correction is harder now. No,
Now.
yeah,
But yeah, it's
and it's wild because
I was gonna say like 55, 60%.
That's what I was gonna say. 55.
It's over half.
because
That's a
yo, the
huge
35-year-olds are struggling too now.
Yeah.
They're not. Well, I'm not looking. Yo, that age used to be the guys and the girls for us. Like aspire to be. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Not a single one of you is inspiring me now. do you know what I mean?
You know what? That's so funny that you say that. I don't think there's anybody in that I can think of that is trying to think really hard here. That I know between the ages of 30 and 35 that inspires me right now.
So I'm saying it's tough out here, bro.
That is so crazy. Like, and I'm not even
It's-
saying this in
it's-
like a prideful way or
Yeah,
anything.
I'm just trying to look at what obviously, again, very generalized conversation.
Yeah.
And we're making content at the end of the day. There's definitely people out there doing amazing things.
Of
But for the
course.
most part,
No, like that I know personally.
Exactly,
that I have
yeah.
a one person connection.
for the most part, it's looking tough out here now.
Yeah,
man.
you
So
definitely
I'm-
have to bleep this one out, but so yeah, Inter get ready.
Oh,
Bro, that guy?
Someone needs to lock that man up.
Bro, that guy, bro, like I was yeah,
used to be-
inspiration, bro.
yeah.
Everywhere I go.
He was athlete.
Hey, yeah.
Mama always does this, man.
Sorry.
Yo.
Mama always baits it out, bro.
Hey, intern. Cut some of that out, yeah.
Jeez.
You can leave the athlete though.
Yeah, the second one was too specific.
Too much. There's three of them, bro.
There's 4 options, and only one was also
Come on, man. Nah.
Yo, about kills, bro.
Yo.
But
But yeah,
yeah.
it used to be
Bro?
Yeah.
guys.
So where's he at now?
Ah,
just
yeah,
entirely
see?
packed
Under a
up.
bridge.
Yeah,
Packed
probably.
bro. Now I'm just like,
Anyways.
life happens,
Yeah,
obviously.
I think,
Of
yeah.
course.
But
I just
yeah.
wanted to see, man. We didn't
But yeah.
intervene.
Yeah.
I think
Where?
we need to intervene
Oh,
because
we
that's
need
what it
to.
looks like, bro. Yeah.
African Youth Alliance.
Hey, man. Anyways, bro.
They're trying.
So,
Shall we-
so your number's 55.
Yeah.
I think I'll go up 30, and yours.
I'm about, I will confidently be
55,
at a
60.
60. Yeah.
Damn.
About 60,
Do we
kind
have
of
a
like.
statistic?
Statistics?
Statistic.
Nah, you know what's funny? I actually tried to find if there's any. There's no one's doing these studies. No one
So
cares
this
about
is
this
a fake
just yet.
statistic.
Fair.
I actually got one that's real.
Yeah.
This is just like something that surprised me throughout this week. Okay, cool. So the survey results shows 1 in 5 or 18% of married couples don't kiss their partner for an entire week.
Ooh.
18%. 18%.
18's kind of high because I was
That's
gonna add.
high.
I was gonna
That's
add.
high,
That's
yeah.
a fifth.
Oh yeah. I was gonna add the portion of people that are like that love is physical
Man.
shows of love is not their
For
main
1
thing.
week.
But there's not that
18%
many
don't-
people who are also like that either. They don't represent 20% of
Yeah.
population when it comes to that data. So that's kind of high.
And then the second part is that 2 in 5 married couple, or 40%, only kiss for 5 seconds or less.
Damn. Okay.
Ooh,
now
like a
we're
peck
going.
type
Yeah.
thing, eh?
Hold
Like a peck.
5 seconds is still a lot of time, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Damn. I looked at it, bro, like, what do you
Wait,
mean?
so 60% are doing long johns?
Yeah,
No, does that take into account? You know when you
'Cause
like
that's a
you
patch
do
after
multiple
that.
but in a row?
Nah,
and
they're talking
you
about just...
unlock lips.
But to be
You know
honest,
what I
bro,
mean?
like, bro, you're married and you
Yeah.
live together.
you
Like,
said you're
why?
even married, actually.
Why
Oh,
are
yeah.
you kissing less than 5
Yeah.
seconds?
Damn, I know
True.
what's going to go on in your house now, bro.
No, no, hey, no, think about it. Why?
Well, I mean, that just tells me they don't have sex.
I don't think 5 seconds.
Nah, you can have sex without kissing.
Obviously, you can have sex without kissing. But it's a bit weird. Like, it's a bit weird to treat your wife like a run-through groupie.
Yeah. The money's on the table counter.
Like, no, I want to kiss it. No. What are you talking about, bro?
Get married, guys. All right.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Yeah, let's
Top 3 most
Get it.
packed up people in Melbourne. Let's go.
we will not be doing that at all.
I'm down.
No.
Literally, bro. Hey, please make sure you got all the numbers down. If you miss a single time,
Bro, this guy, our studio's gonna burn down.
They're coming after us.
Oh gosh. All right, cool.
getting a single grant ever again, bro.
I think we did this a while ago, a long time ago, but a new list has come out, so hopefully you guys know, and it'll be a good segue into our next topic. So we will do top 3 most powerful passports. Top 3 most powerful.
Did we do the most powerful last time, or even the worst? What did we do last? But I remember this
we did something though. So this is ranked based on number of countries their holders can enter without a visa or with visa on arrival. So that's your explanation.
Most powerful, yeah?
Most powerful passports.
Okay.
All right, cool. So today's top 3 is top 3 most powerful passports. Who would like to kick us off?
I'll take it. Why not?
Let's
There
go.
you
All right. 3rd place, France. 2nd place, UAE. 1st place, South Korea.
Far out. No, I did not have
Solid.
that list at all.
That's
You know why? Because you racism influenced people only think of white English speaking countries.
I wonder if that's an updated list. But anyways, I got UK, Singapore,
Singapore,
USA.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, that's,
you got for us?
I have the exact same as well. But I didn't say UK. UK passport. Oh, did I have a UK passport? Not a
British.
Damn it. Well, I said US,
Yeah.
British, and Singaporean. And then honorable mention, New Zealand.
Singapore's a really good.
Yeah, I think Singapore's strong.
Yeah, honorable mention though, NZ. I don't know why. Just came to my mind. Yeah.
It's a good country, bro.
They were, I think they were like
Alright.
5th or something like that.
NZ. All right, cool. So we will obviously go from
Oh,
our...
sorry. Mr. Worldwide, obviously.
Sorry.
Also known as Daniel Two Fly. Ola. Such
Two Fly's a nice nickname.
Two Fly. That would be sick. I might need to change it. All right.
You're so fly.
All right, cool. So we've got in top 5. So actually our top 4 are all ranked with the same amount. So they're all in number 2, technically. But we're going to go from top 5 up. The way that it is listed here.
I had no idea what you just said.
Yeah. We'll go
Anyways, I'll explain
This
it.
is not third.
I will...
So the 4 is a joint first.
Thank you, Noor.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yes.
You could get the same number of countries. With those
Yes.
ones.
Thank you, Noor. All right, so in top 5, we've got Japan. So Japan is in 5th place.
That's good.
In number 4, we've got Italy.
Wow.
We have got Italy.
Why are that many people letting Italians into? That sounds crazy. What I'm about to say,
Yeah.
but like I didn't realize that. Like, what's Italy got to? Like, why are they so loved like that? But
People
anyway.
love it. People love it there. We've got Italy, and then in number 3, we have Germany.
I was gonna put Germany.
Germany.
I was gonna put
I
Germany.
knew it
Number
wasn't France. I was just
3.
like, there's the European
Yeah.
dons that
Yeah, Germany is number 3.
I just didn't
France
think
is
people
a
messing with them
bullshit.
like that.
Oh, they
Nah,
are.
France is not a bad
on
shit.
Germany.
How do we get Germany?
In number 2, we have France.
Good stuff.
All right, well.
France is in number 2.
I'm just gonna throw this board
And
away.
then in first place, we have Singapore.
Whoa.
Singapore
Oh, this
has
is
climbed
tough. We
number
all
1.
got 1-1-1.
Well, I'm probably out. You've had Singapore higher.
So what list did I read that South Korea and UAE was? Because I wrote this down within a minute.
South Korea
I
was.
thinking UAE. I feel like I don't because when. Do you know what I mean? Oh, but you said it's updated list.
Yeah, this is from July.
When did I?
what was
year.
the old list? I don't know if you have
I don't know what the old list was, but it was just the UAE. I'm like,
You know, you don't need a list. There's a website that has this
yeah.
information.
And I know Nigeria.
I wanna know what was
Nigeria is
previously.
in like the bottom 10, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, we're bottom 2.
Yeah. Are you next to Afghanistan on the list?
Syria is below us, I think.
Wow.
Or maybe I think Afghanistan's above us, or same as us.
Wow. So tech is that a Carlos dub?
All right, henleyglobal.com.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just fact checking you.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you got this list perfect. Well done.
Thank you.
And now,
That's where I got
You,
it from.
you do your
too.
research.
is it? Wait. Yes, we're not second last anymore.
What are you?
Third last.
Oh, wow.
Afghanistan's dropped
Progress?
to the
Third
Figure it
last.
out.
Wait.
bottom. Whoa, Sudan's really left the bottom.
Yeah. We're bad
Come
before.
on, Sudan.
You guys are up there?
Oh,
Nigeria?
no, it's still there. It's still
Not
there.
up.
It's
Nigeria's
just- but
still
it's-
like bottom 10 still?
No,
Oh, yeah, we're at the
no,
bottom.
Nigeria's a. It's yeah.
They're like
No,
four above us.
Yeah.
So
A bloody
Oh, wow.
Boko Haram, man. Ruining this.
So there's
win for sure.
Wow. Yeah.
But just for context on the disparity, Nigeria's in 91st place, or like joint 91st.
Yeah.
You can get into 45 countries with no visa.
Solid.
Afghanistan is in 102nd place. Can only get into 26.
Wow.
Like the disparities gets pretty.
So at least they can get into Australia. Like they can get into the countries that matter. Do you know? No, that sounds crazy.
Wow.
I'm doing really
Wow,
bad
wow,
here.
wow, wow.
In terms of
Your
like
country matters.
leaving
I'm
some,
telling
like
you.
if you want to leave Afghanistan, you want to try to get to somewhere like Australia. You know what I mean? You're
Safe,
not mad.
safe, safe.
You're not mad if Cuba's not letting you in. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
Or Guatemala.
Wait, guys.
Oh no.
Can I? Because this is hard with this one to rank, and this is not your fault, right? Just because
There's a
things
lot
are
in
joint,
second
a
place.
lot are joint. So South Korea is third, joint third with like
That's what I was saying. That's what I was
a
saying.
million countries.
The
Yeah.
So
first is first, but then there's like
UAE is
a few
ninth,
that
for
are
example.
second.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Carlos got it, eh?
No,
dogs.
I don't want to give it to him. I don't even know what he wrote.
So you guys want
But
to
I'm not gonna
split,
check.
split the
Singapore.
the winnings?
Singapore was first. That's
Yeah.
first.
I was gonna say give me one more and then we'll see where it's ranked, but you know, seeing the list.
No, I haven't.
He's gonna give another joint.
No, that's
number one.
good, bro. That's really good.
No, we
Oh
love it, we love
man.
it.
No, maybe capital city of Singapore. Some.
Capital city of Singapore.
It's okay.
Like, isn't it
I'd
Singapore?
love to. Yeah.
Just Singapore
Should we give it
City,
to
no?
Carlos? He
Give it
needs-
to Carlos,
he
bro.
needs-
No one's keeping track anyway.
He needs
Have
it,
this
he needs
fake ass trophy, bro.
Yeah, we'll have a full presentation, man.
Yeah.
People are very invested. We need an update on the state of affairs. There's a lot of state of affairs, but probably an update.
Literal affairs.
Yeah, on update. Oh wow, okay, wow, there's a lot. If we just want to tap back into Diddy situation very, 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 very briefly, I didn't see any advances or updates in the case and whatnot myself.
Yep.
But there was you sent something in,
Oh, I don't know if I can talk about that just because I didn't research it more.
right? And we need more context around it.
Yeah,
Or
I need
what?
more context around it. I need to understand it more. But it was something around like, no, there's no point just spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
I just
It's a
read it.
fact.
It sounds like
On the Diddy thing,
No.
no, there has been a lot more. It's like every day there seems to be another person that's alleging
Person
some
coming out,
some grape and and then led to a pregnancy and this and that and
Oh wow.
miscarriage
Pregnancy,
and all,
yo.
yeah. So it's pretty packed up for that guy, and I think I told you I'd eat my words about Jay. I think it's happening.
Oh.
Because Beyonce lost 4 million followers, Jay lost
Whoa.
the vast majority of his followers.
why?
Is this
Like-
though on the whole? Like I remember you showed us that thing one time of the people that they go and all they do is try to cancel.
Yeah.
And they actively try to,
Maybe, but
Like, is it on that
I just
kind
think
of
there's
vibe,
a
you
lot
know?
of sinister stuff that's
100%.
clearly very related to this. And I'll be honest with you. If someone says it smells like crap, someone probably took a shit somewhere.
somewhere,
right?
something stinking.
And so it's like, if for years people are saying this stuff about this person and that person and whatnot, and it's like, I'll give you an example. With Jay, he did 2 albums and a tour with R. Kelly. They didn't get along, right? And it's like pretty well documented that they ended up like canceling the tour, I think, or whatever. But like they got into it. But the stuff about R. Kelly was known beforehand.
yeah,
You know? Now, this is not to pile on Jay because culture in general still worked with R. Kelly for a long time until
yeah.
we found out he knew how to hog tie people. But if there's that, and then also the whole Puffy stuff has gone around for time and you're friends with Puffy.
There's
and
awareness of like
there's
you're
an
clearly
yeah, you know,
you
it's-
have become accustomed to the smell of poop.
It's kind of like there's one UK legend where it's like it's known that like a lot of artists and people that he works with around him have abused women.
Yeah,
And people kind of go, it's kind of weird at a certain point where like, why all your friends end up with cases around domestic abuse and
but
violence?
you're the
Yeah.
exception.
Exactly, right? Like I'm like, for me, that's such a character thing. It's like, how can you be around that?
And
for
even
that
and true,
long?
and even if you are the exception, if you're not there on evangelism time, then
Yeah.
what are you actually
Yeah.
there for still? Yeah.
Witnessing it all.
Facts, man.
But yeah, I think news will just continue to come out every single day. People are coming
yeah.
out, so yeah.
My thing is, I think things like this are kind of important to look at, just because it's a temp check on where people's, what do you call it, man, morals or even the state of affairs are at in terms of, can someone be going down when the vast majority of stuff is against them? Because I had this point in time when I was like, is the legal system even really here to uphold good?
Oh,
Do you
don't
know-
get me started on this one.
You know what I mean? Because like a lot of it, I was just like, you think about RICO cases in America, and when they build up, and then they finally prosecute someone. And in my mind, a lot of it, I'm just like, I started to think, I was like, yo, are prosecutors actually trying to put away bad, or is it
just serving a purpose?
Is it serving a purpose? Are you meeting quota? Like,
when you think about it, right? All these guys that get locked up on these RICO cases and whatnot, how does it go from 30 years or life in jail because we're going to connect you to this murder, or if you tell us, 6 years?
I think they're just trying to get as many people as possible, and I think that's what they try to do with the Diddy case as well. It's about Diddy, but it's not just
I want
about
to tie
Diddy
this into
as
so
well.
many other things.
They're
But-
trying
yeah.
to. It's almost like, how many can we lock in?
Well, I think the Diddy one is somewhat a first of its kind in mainstream that I've ever heard of, where it's
in that case, yeah.
it's a RICO that's come and picked up one person.
Yeah.
Like,
Normally,
this is
when
not
the
an
RICOs come,
organization.
it's the whole Wars
whole-
Future song.
yeah.
Feds did a sweep, right?
Yeah.
That when Bobby Shmurda and all those guys locked
Everybody,
up, Young
bro.
Thug's whole thing,
Yeah.
they came and collected
Rowdy and
30,
all,
40
yeah.
people, right?
Yeah.
This is just Diddy. Like that's very unique to apply a RICO to that kind of case.
Yeah, and I think because they know it's not just Diddy, and they're like, all right, cool. Who
More
else is
people
involved
come.
that we can also lock up?
Who knows, man?
All right. So, but yeah, it is a definitely unique case.
I would like to think that we live in a world where, yeah, sure, like people that work in these positions and have the ability to do good and put away bad, like
What makes you
that's-
think that they're not, like, that's not their
Because there's been
aim?
so many times when that process has been done wrongly.
Yeah.
So
Wrong,
and
like-
mistrials because of wrongdoing on the side of prosecution.
It's also I think especially, it's so hard because we say all this stuff, but like countries where we're from, you're good as long as you have money. Doesn't matter what you've done. You know what I mean? But then also countries like this, it's not too different in that, like, if you're rich with a good lawyer, you're better off than being poor and innocent.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Sadly, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it's so much of it gets played because it's like suddenly your lawyer, if your lawyer's good, they can twist what is coercion.
Yeah.
You know, who really it wouldn't force require them to have been manhandled into the room. It's like, well, no one was manhandled. You know, and that kind of stuff. And it's like,
How old is 14 really?
Yeah. A lawyer really get out there doing them ones there.
Oh, God.
I was 50s.
Yeah. How old is 15 really? But
Yeah. No, facts. Like,
This-
genuinely, it's like you're able to get out of crazy
but to be
situations.
honest, like, I don't want to dive too much into it, but you're right. I think they start to compare all these different cases. It was like, hey, she could have just moved, right? Because she's a grown person to know like what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
Because clearly there's a 13-year-old over here that's getting life. So 13, 14, do they know what they're doing? Because if they don't, why is this one getting life and then
why
this
this
one
one
is,
not? Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Legal stuff is
It becomes so
interesting to me.
techy with
It
these
is.
things.
I think, I mean, even bringing closer to home, like, I struggle with the justice system because, like, this one I find so tough because, like, as a Christian, I really do believe in
Injustice being served.
no,
Oh.
both.
Rehabilitation.
Okay.
I believe in
Rehabilitation.
grace
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
rehabilitating
yeah.
people, and I think societies built on Christian values are great for those reasons. You know what I mean? But then also, I think we've just way overdone it, where it's like we're so focused on that we end up affecting actual victims and not taking them into consideration. I mean, think about every single story we heard this year. And we heard a lot this year of women that have died at the hands of abusive partners,
Yeah.
right? The vast majority of these guys are out on bail when they do it,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm like,
yeah.
and like, it just, I hear stories all the time of like people in that kind of space. And it's like, what are we allowing bail for? What are we justifying here? Why are we doing all this stuff? The court orders don't work, right? Like, I mean, let's be real. If I'm crazy enough to bash my pregnant
a
wife
paper
to a
intervention,
pulp, right? Do you think, someone's saying, hey, mate, you got to stay 300 meters away from her. Yeah, okay, stop me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think over and over and over, and I think same kind of thing. It's like, I struggle with this one with the youth crimes and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I care about these kids, all this kind of stuff. At the same time,
Something needs to be done.
yo, running into a 70-year-old woman's house and stabbing her in front of her grandchild and all that stuff,
And then you're out on bail.
and then you're out on bail, like, come on.
Yeah.
Bro.
I don't care. Put it this way, I don't care about the perpetrator more than I care about the victim ever,
Yeah.
regardless of the situation. And I also don't care about the perpetrator's past and upbringing once they've become the perpetrator. As much as I care about the fact that there's a victim.
Yeah.
I think it can still, like it can
Adds context
explain
to it and
context,
whatnot,
all this kind of stuff, absolutely. But it's like, all right,
At this
buddy,
point,
you've
this is
stabbed
done.
a 7-year-old woman.
Yeah. I mean, you guys all know my solution. Ma told me I shouldn't go on record saying it, so I don't get
don't.
banged up.
Don't.
Bro, but
Do you want me to say it for you?
But there's definitely a serious attention that needs to be, I guess,
Yes.
put onto these things for sure. And yeah, that sometimes that makes me question, like, where's the justice system at with all this stuff, and just what are we actually trying to do? I mean, I've heard about. Let me not even go. I'll probably blow up some people's jobs right now.
no.
From information and that, but yeah, there's definitely. I think I keep saying we're at a crucial point where if there's no intervention right now. And to be honest with you, I can't lie, we might even probably be past it.
We might have passed the point. A lot of Western countries.
Because I think there's a lot of countries where you see that happening, and you can actually track back to the point at which where there could have been intervention for a lot of stuff. And then now they're just long
It's
gone.
too hard. Yeah, now you can't.
And what I'm annoyed at now is like, snap, is Australia going to now, or Melbourne more so, but Australia because it's we're hearing a lot
everywhere,
now.
yeah.
But yeah, is Australia going to end up sounding like one of them countries everywhere else? But crazy,
And
man.
you know what's funny? It's like the people in these positions are just as much of humans as we are.
Talk to me. What do
Like,
you mean by that?
no, like-
Because I don't know.
Because when we talk about the justice system, right, you talk about the judges who are granting these bails, you talk about the prosecutors, you talk about police, all of these guys. And it's like, yes, there's going to be mistakes that have been made because they're literally human, right? You assume that like your doctors, your lawyers, your whatevers have some special battery pack that has been put inside them to
they
like,
can navigate
that can
it.
help them utilize the space that they're in. But it's literally, they all went to uni just like us. Yes, the things that they learned were different. And I'm not trying to excuse, because like literally the justice system is a whole nother topic in itself, and how everything has been handled. And you know my frustrations, all the TikTok videos, 7 News that I watch, I'm just like, this is just, it's bad. But I'm like, yeah, these people are just as much of humans as we are. And even when you're dealing with like a high profile case, remember that judge that had her son, there was a delivery driver
FedEx
that came to her
driver.
house.
UPS.
Yeah, and then ended up killing her son because she was
That's
dealing
so
with
scary.
Bro, a madness
I'm like,
happened while we were in
bruh.
Nigeria to someone as well, like a high-profile judge. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
they
Not to us, but like,
kidnapped their child.
and like they
I was
excommunicated
like,
one, bro. I was like,
so
whoa.
imagine you being in that type of situation, you're dealing with a high profile case, and then someone's coming after your family, and they're like, look, if you don't, like handle my case properly, this is what's going to happen to your child or whatever.
that's
It's
tough.
insane.
On this, there's an other side of things which you mentioned, which is the media, and the media is such a
Media
mishandlement of
It's crazy how
actual
intentional it is
news.
sometimes
Crazy.
too,
it's
man.
so intentional. Because,
Crazy.
bro, I saw the craziest one like 2 days ago. So, far out. It's on the news, so whatever. Like, it is what it is. Basically, these boys go to in the middle of the night to this rival gang,
Member's
whatever.
house,
And
right?
this is, I think, west or north, right? And they want to like stab him in his sleep.
Oh,
This was in
that's what
Adelaide.
I was telling you about.
Was this Adelaide?
Adelaide,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. This is where the mishandle was crazy. They interview his 11-year-old sister
I
on the
was
news.
so
That's what I'm
angry at
saying.
that.
Not just
bro.
this, they put out her name, right? Which I'm like, it's clearly a Zim name,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh
all right, so
my
how many Zim
gosh.
gang members are thing? She's saying, like his ops came through.
Bro.
She mentioned the gang.
Yep.
Or I'm like, you have now essentially set up this kid for
Incriminated.
murder.
I
told
right? He's
Marwa.
gonna get
Yeah.
killed because it's like you just want. And I'm like, that is wild. To actually do that
Yes.
is insane. To
Yes.
put out her name.
I was so
The
And
area
even his
that they
younger
live
brother
in.
as well.
Bro,
one of
the
his
younger
other
brother.
younger
Oh
brothers.
my
Nah, she wasn't
days.
wearing uniform either. I don't think so, but nah, because that would be
Nah,
It was
crazy.
it was so, like I watched it and I was like, it's so sad like hearing this little girl like go, oh, his ops came through.
Remember how
Yeah.
mad?
But
Remember
then
I
I
was
was like-
driving?
Yeah,
I was
you were like,
bro,
what the
why
heck
are
is
they
this?
interviewing a child, bro?
Yeah.
Literally, and I mean, in a sense, also I'm like the parents, bro. Like, come on, you got to be on it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, 'cause in my head I was like,
but
oh,
you're
man.
but you're heartbroken because your other
Yeah.
son's also just been stabbed in his forehead, right?
Bro.
Or slashed or whatever, right? But I
The
was like,
handling of that is crazy.
the media, bro. Surely
That's
someone has to
wild.
be held accountable
Of
for that.
course,
That's
of
so
Let's
wild.
start a campaign. I don't know.
Don't-
Because
No,
usually
for
they
real.
blur that type of
Bro,
stuff. They blur the kid's
like,
face
name
and
is
all.
crazy. Bro, a child
honestly, regardless of what the story is, having a child just out there, unless it's a happy story of, yeah, this is the fair or whatever, right? Or
then.
this is my school carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah. It still don't put their name out there.
Yeah.
You don't put their name. You
Wow,
wouldn't
to
put,
put the
never
whole
put it like a
name.
school or anything like
But
that.
especially in the context of this
Yeah.
crime that's
Situation.
ongoing,
That was crazy.
right? Like that's just wild.
That was and
Like you actually
she had a
care.
jacket on, but it's like one of them school jackets, but the thing was covered.
So it's a school jacket, though.
It looks
Brother,
like
how
that.
you
It looks
figure out
like
the
You can
colours?
figure out the
but you can
colors.
figure out the colors in it.
Bro,
Yeah.
what? Oh man, that
The
I
area
literally was
colours,
so, I was
yeah.
like, bro, this is the most goofy reporting ever.
Yeah.
It's not goofy.
Media doesn't
That has
help.
to be intentional. You have to know what you're doing.
Of
But then what do you
course.
want? How bad mind could you be? What are you trying to?
Well,
what do you like?
let's be real.
You want the
News cycle
perpetuation?
News cycle died down on African gangs and whatnot, and maybe that's what we need a little bit more of right now.
That's so
right. It's just something to rile up
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
Is
of
is
course.
election coming soon? I'm sure an election's coming up soon.
Probably,
Right.
yeah.
So
yeah, there's some state stuff going down.
there you go.
Yeah,
All right.
there's
So
Going on right, yeah,
there.
if
going
an
on.
election's
I know what's
coming
going
up
on in
soon,
South
and we
Australia.
can create a little bit more chaos, and we've got something to report on, something to swing people
Yeah,
either way,
yeah.
right?
Crazy. Absolutely.
I wonder
crazy.
how. I actually got no clue, but I wonder how tapped in they are into that whole thing. Because for us, we know saying the ops came, this is that. We know what trouble that will cause.
Nah, they're very aware as heck.
for the
You can
family.
understand.
Yeah.
You can
know.
understand.
Aware as
Because
heck.
I know if I explain that to my parents, for example, they might not fully get that.
In terms of you saying that how bad that is, that they
No,
Say it.
but just try to explain the concept of,
Ops and stuff.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I think
Nah,
in the
they'll get
context
it.
of the
Yeah.
news cycle that it's showing, it's like this is the story that's happened. These boys ran through
Yeah.
the house. They slashed his brother, thinking it was him. Blah blah, all this kind of stuff. So it's like you've said the whole thing. So now this little girl goes ops. Average Australian would be able to go.
Crazy.
Yeah, probably
That's
something around
the
enemies.
Yeah.
But I think, again, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure there's a group out there that's saying, yeah, tell them who did this.
Bro, so I was talking about
You
that,
know what I mean?
and this goes into the probably the opinions conversation after. So I was talking to my dad on some politics vibe. It was good that Leop came in as well because he loves politics, and he was on my side. I didn't have the facts, but he did. But having a discourse with my father, good one about politics and whatnot. And then I would say, nah, I don't believe that. That's conspiracy. They set that up. I'm like, nah, I don't believe that. That's fake. That this is that. Or
Yeah.
And then his thing, he asked me the question is like, do you actually think that people are pulling strings in this way? And I said,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
I very much so think that we are. And I looked at him, I said, no way. Do you genuinely think that we live in a world where
Those things being pulled
yeah,
intentionally.
I was like, come on, bro. You reading the same Bible as me, man. The heart of man is
Yeah.
very wicked, bro. So, and then it made me think, I was like, fuck, am I dragging it, bro? Like, are we dragging it? That we believe that there's bad mind people like that? And I was like, I think so.
Nah,
We
there's
have-
definitely
I
strings
think-
being pulled behind the scenes.
I
yeah.
think-
Seen enough to know that it's
We've seen enough, and I think we've also existed for long enough to set up systems and acquire power that allows us to perpetuate
These things. Yeah.
these type of things,
Yeah.
and also establish and then again, we've seen it go wrong so many times as well, and you get just a what do you call it? What's that word when you just have a thing, like
Callous?
a statement, just sorry, man, but we've seen it go wrong so many times, and then it's not slapstick, but an apology just comes out.
Yeah.
Just slap this on. This is just a yard box. Far out, it's stuck in my head.
Yardstick?
No, but anyways, it's just a whatever apology that just comes out. It's just we just cooked this up, bro. My head is hurting right now.
I can tell you're trying to think.
It's all right.
Wait, what are you
bro.
trying to say?
It's all right. It's all right.
It's just a blanket.
Like a templated.
Templated, thank you.
Yes,
It's
it's
not the
just-
one, but that works for me, man. It's just a templated have it apology after it's gone wrong so many times, right? So I'm like, that showed their intention there. That same agency is also showing their intention here. That they're doing this tin on purpose, bro. How many times can you put the wrong person's image up in news?
No, for real.
Who do you
That
not?
was For
how do you
real.
not have
I
a
don't- 'cause my
simple
thing-
quality assurance system
No, for
to
real.
justify? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's facts.
Imagine being an up and coming artist and you are killing it. I forgot who it was, but you're killing it, doing well. And now something's gone down in the areas, and they put your face on
The
there.
wrong one,
you
yeah.
lose you know what I mean? It's just crazy. But I mean, it seems like
It
you're about to
happened
cook.
recently with Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
that's
how
what
do
I
you
was thinking.
mistake
Wait, what happened with Kendrick?
Lamar?
It was
Yeah,
at
what-
the.
yeah,
was
what-
It was at a game?
basketball?
Yeah, basketball game or something.
something.
And then it was
What happened?
They put the
wanted to
artist on
Yeah.
the screen, and
Yeah,
it
they put
was
someone else. Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
It wasn't an MMA fighter, was it?
I think
Oh, it was the
so.
UFC. It was the UFC. It was at the UFC.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was, but they put him up, and then they just put Kendrick Lamar. Terrence Crawford. It was Terrence Crawford.
yeah.
Surely they'll do the lookalike one.
Like,
Charlemagne
bruh.
had a really nice, he's like, they should play this angle, yeah?
Yeah.
What
yeah,
did Kendrick
Terrence.
say? I'm Terrence Crawford. I'm whipping feet.
Maybe that's what they're doing.
That's the UFC. They're like, we thought it was Terrence.
We thought it was funny.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
This was too much, man.
Bro, that would have been a good little PR thing.
It would have been a good.
Hey, that's
yeah.
what we thought. Oh, no, just like, we
they had
messed up. We messed up.
If they had a young social media intern in there, that would have been a
That's
good
it.
cook
Yeah.
up on the socials. But,
Wow. Oh, that's crazy.
You better say something.
No,
because
I was gonna say that
connect.
same thing.
Okay, yeah. So this goes into even that opinions conversation. This might be, I have to pen it after this one. But I remember you said something a while ago in the chat around how sometimes because of our beliefs, and maybe we can speak to this from a Christian perspective, because of our beliefs sometimes and what we read, what we know, what we believe to hold as truth, it sometimes clouds judgment and opinions, or you hold strong to certain opinions without, like, I thought you were rubbing your I just looked at Noah, I thought he was rubbing, but he's fixing his pockets or something, bro. I'm gonna have to run that back. But yeah, you said something in the chat a while ago around just opinions and how, even from a Christian perspective, sometimes because of what you believe, what you know, what you hold as true, it clouds what you think and it clouds your judgment on certain situations. So, for example, I think it was a lot of the conversation that was coming out around like the Israel-Palestine conflict earlier. A lot of conversation that was going on post October 7th. You'd have a lot of Christians navigating away from conversation, and I guess context of that being because within the Bible, Israel looking as God's chosen people, whatnot. God saying He's protecting Israel, and then there's even a lot of verses in the Bible that actually speak to, and this was part of the conversation I was having even with my dad. A lot of people, there's verses in the Bible that say like, anyone who opposes my nation. I forgot how the verse actually goes, but essentially like the force is to be reckoned with, and you will find out kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's punishment for it. That's what a lot of verses speak to around Israel in the Bible and whatnot, right? So now you end up with this space in Christendom, the world, even a lot of, I think you're saying like the right and evangelical Christians as well, where you end up with this kind of world where kind of turn a bit of an eye away from.
I think there's two sides of it where it's like either there's the because I kind of think I probably shouldn't disagree with this place, I'm just going to ignore what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's also the side where it's like
the loud jump on
whatever
it.
that side does,
I'm with it.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think it's gotten to that point where it's like, okay, you really can't, especially now, like we're over 300 days in.
Wow, it's literally gonna be a year.
It's about to be a year, right? We're not far from October 7th. Or 8th, right?
Yeah, wow.
And so there's no rational person that can go, okay, this is a justified response in Gaza at this point, right?
Yeah.
And now that it's entered into Lebanon, right? Initiated by Israel as well.
Yeah.
Right? Started with the pages and then the cell phones, all that kind of stuff. It's like, okay, well, there's clearly some sort of plan here, right? Now, obviously, that whole region, complex history, everyone doesn't like anyone.
Literally. You got stuff dating back to like 1980s as well. Before that, obviously,
40s,
but there was some
all that.
strong...
There's a lot, right? Yeah. But I think you could comfortably find it in any of those conflicts. The conflict began from Israel, right? Like, as in the initial whatever there is, starts there. And so I think it's very much like, okay, Lebanon's our next one. And then after that, there's another. I think I mean, what's his name? Netanyahu was at the UN the other day, and apparently a whole bunch of countries walked out while he was talking.
All right,
Yeah, I saw that.
But
everyone was like, I just want to know who's still sitting down, though.
Yeah, and he essentially had this whole plan of one he called the blessing and one the curse. And it was like essentially connecting, I can't remember what place, to essentially connecting Europe and Asia, right? And he was like, the blessing is like with our Middle Eastern partners, which is like Saudi Arabia and Egypt and something else. It's like, we'll just allow so easy. The curse is like Iran, Iraq, Syria, and it's like they're obstructing this kind of thing. And it's like, clearly it's about some sort of financial and land ownership and takeover that is going to allow an easier passageway and all this kind of stuff and I'm just like, with everything going on now, it's like, okay, it is becoming just very clear that it's all about taking over the whole space. And I think now more just like, other than like the political side of it, it's like back to the whole faith aspect or the opinions around people with faith and whatnot. I'm like, I don't know how you justify this from the jump. I don't know how you justify it, but like at this point, it's like, what are you defending?
Yeah.
And what are you? Do you really think your God is in support of this,
bro? So
based on the character that you know of your God, like, are you actually like, okay, come, send it?
That's the question I was asking. I posed it. I was like, do you like? Could we ever think that God would be calm with so many women and children, men, everyone, humans, his children that he's created, completely being indiscriminately like wiped out and gone? Like, because the attack on Israel before they apparently got the Hezbollah leader of Hezbollah, but the attack that was maybe a couple of days ago, and was like 300 and something people killed, and like 60 kids in that as well, and
total
500 total, because it obviously definitely grew and whatnot.
Yeah, it was 500 or something.
And even like when you ask that whole, what are you supporting and defending? I remember what someone put up something on their socials a couple of weeks ago, and it was actually addressing like Christians, especially like evangelical and the ones that are always speaking in America loudly on this. They put up something around like a church that was like destroyed, and they're like, what are you defending now? Like, what are you trying to speak to now when you're seeing there's Christian suffering as well? Like, so what do you actually think is, I think, and I was going to say, it comes down to a lot of it is ignorance too sometimes, in terms of the awareness of even what's going on in these nations. I think a lot of these, like,
ignorance on whose end?
Ignorance on the end of like the defenders and whatnot, especially when they're Christian too. Ignorance of who they think is in this world too. Unaware of the actual constitution of that land or that area or that region. Because there's such a painting of evil Arab Muslim. Do you know what I mean? That happens a lot too. And not that like that changes anything either.
That's what I'm
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like,
I was going to say, not like that changes anything either. But that painting is what a lot of the weird mentality switch
that's
happens.
What's happening there.
That's
it's not
fine.
that bad.
It's not my gang. It's really not that bad. They're not really our people anyway. And it's like, that didn't change it firstly. But I think, so all of this goes back to the thing of like the defense of wild things. When do you actually kind of like wake up and it's wild that, you can be so headstrong on it or blinded by beliefs that you don't take a very objective account of a situation or what's going on. Because I remember I was actually like feeling a bit like flat when I was looking at some stuff. I was just like this week, I was like, damn, man. I think I was talking to you. I was like, bro, it's just getting much worse.
Yeah.
It just
really
I'm not even just talking about even just the world. We know the world's crazy. But I was like,
in that
this
specific situation.
This conflict here, I was like, this is getting worse and worse, man. And like what's going on about it? Like, what is there being done ultimately? What can be?
I don't think you can change someone's mind. I think especially these leaders. I think if they have one goal, and this is the only way to achieve that goal, they don't care who gets in the way. And I've seen that happen in so many different areas. I've seen that happen in Sudan as well. With what was happening there as well. It's like, this is the goal, but it's like at what cost as well, right? And then, but they don't care. It's gonna wipe out so many civilians, so many people,
but they're just
children.
civilians.
But they just say that's the only way to get that goal there as well. So even when you do question them, they will say this is the goal. But this was blowing up. Yes, I know, but this is the goal.
Could it be I was gonna say, could it be a matter of, because I've seen videos of people saying, let's pray for Israel, and these are Christians as well, right? Whereas to take a stance, right? So we're saying, Bible says, God says here, Israel, these are my people. You go against them, punishment, so forth and so forth, right? So it's like, all right, as a Christian, I want to take, not me, but like, this is what these people could be saying. I want to take a stand and support what the Bible says, but also support just human beings in general. So it's like, can they do both without receiving that backlash and condemnation from people?
I'll tell you why. Because even when there's so many times in the Bible too, now you come. So many times in the Bible too when God's like, I'm done with these guys.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
moving mad.
Seen it, yeah.
You're actually moving mad.
You better go
I remember
work
there was what's that passage when Moses. He's like, yo. No, was it? I think it was either Moses or something. He's like, yo, hey, these guys are going mad. Let's wrap it up. You, Moses, I'm with you. Let's start this again. Moses like, hey, go. Let's chill out first. he's like, yo, what are the other nations gonna say about you? They're gonna be like, look at this God, man. He couldn't even hold his people, couldn't keep them. God's like, bet, fine. All right, you know what? Let's keep it going. But there's so many times when in the Bible, even God's like, they're not doing my will at the end of the day. Yeah. Israel will return to me, but right now, sure, principles stand. That's the kind of God that is faithful to his principles. But it doesn't mean he's like. And this is to Christians or to other people. It's like, it doesn't mean it's like I'm with what's going on right now.
Of course.
And I think there's a very weird discourse within church around that it's hard. I guess it's hard to navigate because you want to still look like.
So what are we supposed to do?
I'm just saying the balanced.
So what balance are we looking for?
Bro, an ability to objectively stand and say this is wrong,
like it's
bro.
Wrong,
it's weird that no one
ultimately.
can confidently, objectively say things like that.
Wrong.
Like, this is actually wrong. What's going on? You know what I mean?
I think churches just love to sit on the fence in general on so many issues. Churches love to sit on the fence.
I don't know why it's tough to navigate that as a
I don't know
body or whatnot.
I don't know if.
So I was gonna say, I guess the reason why churches be sitting on the fence is because when they finally take stands, they sometimes go extreme with it.
The wrong one.
they take the wrong one. They go too far.
They're like, yeah, how do we get here?
Hey, take us back. Yeah, Pastor, stop.
How do we go back to the
cut the live stream?
I guess I don't know if it's a cop, but I guess that's always in their eyes. That's always the safest option to net. Because if I take a stance, I have to stand on that, right? And also just means because I think if you take a stance on one thing, right, a different situation happens and you take a different stance, it's like you're contradicting yourself as well. Yeah, I was watching the Piers Morgan debate as well, and then it's like, all right, cool. What's your stance on Israel in this? All right, this is my stance. Okay, cool. What about with the Ukraine and Russia? Oh, well, now you're contradicting yourself because over here you want to stand over here and then over there you want to stand over there as well, right? That's what now you would actually have to be consistent in where your stance is. Yeah. And I think that, and I think with the church is like, if I take a stand on this, something else happens, coming out to say anything. People now is like, why aren't you saying anything?
Right out here
how come you decided not to stand on this the same way you stand? Yeah, now it becomes complicated. And it comes to, it's like, I get it.
I want to say on a probably slightly lighter note, and a perspective that people need to probably take in terms of how they view people. And I guess this is the time. But looking and understanding how universal the human experience is just starts to change the perspective on how you look at people as well as how you relate with them in a crazy easy way. Like there's some of the smallest things and commonalities that you can find that humanizes people immediately.
I threw something on my story earlier today.
On your story you say through. Read that and then I'll tell you.
Yeah,
it's
really cool. It's just
this baby
this photograph of like an MRI of a baby and a mum.
Yeah,
like the mum kissing the baby on the forehead, and the very last sentence of it was pretty much people were drawn to the way the two figures with their clothes and hair and faces invisible became universal and could be any human and mother and child at any time or place in history.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like
wow,
that kind of level of commonality again.
The smallest thing sometimes, man.
Yeah,
this happens to
me.
We
all bleed red, bro. We all bleed red.
Yeah, we've all heard that, and it just sounds so corny, but
yeah,
I guess it's the reality of it. But nothing ever makes it hit home, I guess, until it probably comes close to home as well. Yeah, that's when you start to realize, oh snap, man, these struggles are hard. Yeah. But I was walking again on my way to work. Everything happens, man. It's shower or way to work. I think that's my life. I was walking to work again, and then there was a guy on a motorcycle or a motorbike. Right, he is waiting to turn into the road to continue his journey. Okay, so he's waiting, and all these cars are moving, and he's just waiting for them, to be able to turn and go. Yeah, and then there was a lady that stopped her car. She stopped. So she's the only car on the road still now. So technically she could have just gone and the motorbike guy could have gone after her and he's free and safe. She stops and she's like, it looked like she's waiting or she was slowing down rather. So you couldn't actually tell if she's waiting for him. But then all you see, next thing you know, she's like she starts getting in a flurry, like, oh, stuff you then, whatever. And then drives off. And then the motorbike guy, him and I lock eyes after this. And he's buys us down. He's like, and I was like, bro, I don't know, man. Like, I was like, yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird. And then I walked up. I was like, bro, that's small interaction. Yeah. If let's say, I don't know, I linked him. Maybe I'm on my way to the petrol station. He's now stopped by and he's filling up. And then I saw him. We would have bonded over that small little moment. Then I had a kiki. Anyways, man, nice to meet you, David. Oh, what did you do? You know, who knows where the conversation could have gone?
Yeah.
But that one little moment there, we lock eyes. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
He's laughing. He's like, latest. I'm like, yeah, bye. I was like, that's a random man, bro. I don't know where he just came from, where he's going, but that little thing right there just
elevates the experience.
Elevated the experience, connected us.
It's funny. Yesterday I was in a car dealership and I walk in and it was around the time the grand finals was on.
Yeah.
Also, it just shows you how much we don't care about it. We have not talked about it. No one I know was
Legit.
watching.
No
Everyone
one
was
gave a-
like doing stuff. So I walked into the car dealership and the guy goes, "Oh, I guess you're not a footy fan." And I'm like, "Nah, I don't hear anything coming from your laptop either." Bro, instantly,
mate, 50% for you.
Oh gosh. That's so
But like genuinely change. Obviously, salesmen, they're gonna be nice regardless.
Yeah.
But it's like the whole experience has changed super
Interaction.
positive the whole time we're there.
They're like, he's like, this guy's cool.
Memorable, bro. Everything just became memorable. I was like, this is dope.
I'll buy whatever car. I'll buy.
It's yours.
Upgrade to the.
I remember when I was walking away from the guy, your mind just starts doing a mad thing. I was like, imagine he was a racist. Like, he hated black people.
And that changed everything.
And like, not even like it changed his life or whatever, but I was like, it'll be funny.
You know why he drives past the next black guy? He's like, I'm not gonna call him that.
Literally, in my head, I was like,
I'll let this all go.
bro, I was like, imagine he rode off and in his head it's like, oh, that's actually all right.
Yeah.
Like, because of that moment, right?
Oh, bro. Hey, but not unlike
snap.
an extreme racism thing, that those interactions with people that are different to you is actually what makes you go like understand different people.
That's what I'm
You know what I mean? And it
saying.
makes you like, what's the word? 'Cause I think naturally we guard up around places
and it's
we don't
different.
know, right? So it's like
Yeah, of
right now,
course.
as a football fan, if I walk into a I don't know,
Netball.
basketball space,
Yeah.
right? I might be a little bit, I don't know, insecure of how much I don't know about this sport, right? But it's like, if positive interaction, like, oh, no, actually, they're pretty welcoming when you come around,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Same-ish to an extent. It's like, it's tough to expect,
Someone is
especially in
different.
Australia, that everybody has met somebody that's Nigerian or somebody that's Iraqi or somebody that's Sudanese.
It does change a little bit for you.
So it's like being that positive experience. Maybe you honestly have made it better for the next person. That
But we hope
comes
so.
across.
We hope so.
I had a funny enough with the positive experience. I actually had a positive experience with Aussie bloke
Yeah.
when I bought the bike.
Oh,
When I
yeah.
went to buy my
Don't
bike,
you freaking
click and
tell us
collect.
about
We
it.
know.
And then, so I go in and I was like, click and collect. Carl was like, oh, man, is the bike for you? I said, yeah. So,
Oh, you guys can rock?
Because I was like, man, I think we'll get you a large, you know. And then hooked it up, changed my bike around,
Yeah.
this is that. It's like, oh, run around, let me know what you think.
Yeah.
I run around, cool. It's like, yeah, man, you're all good to go. You'll be walking out of here laughing.
Yeah. I think he upsold you, bro.
No. Same price.
Okay, yeah.
Same price,
Then he
everything.
shouted you. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, this phrase got me. You'll be walking out of here laughing. You know, like, I kind of love that. I was like, bro, this, because I don't
And now
have,
he doesn't think all black
Oh,
people steal. So that's good. You
You know
left
what would
a
have been a
very
sensational joke?
But to be honest, like, I was like, because I don't interact with too many Aussies.
yeah.
You know, day to
Like,
day.
you were
Huh?
reverse racist.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, what I do and everything, but I just like, this is a good experience for me.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope that was a good experience for
For
him.
him.
Him as well.
Would
yeah,
you have found
yeah.
it like a good experience, or would you find it uncomfortable if like you walked in and he goes, "Guessing you're not here to pick up the swimming trunks"?
What?
Like, yeah, how would you have taken
Because
that?
that's either like hilarious or like,
Yeah.
why'd you do that?
Yeah.
For
like,
me?
take me out on a date first. Like, get to know me,
gosh.
bro.
Yeah.
Before you, just straight to it before you just say that.
Kiss
Yeah.
me 5 seconds, please.
I reckon I would have turned that into a joke. You know,
Yeah.
Like, how'd you
hey,
know?
man,
You
it's
know
the
what I mean? Like,
smallest
it's-
things,
yeah.
bro. Like, we're all acting like we don't all just smack the watermelon when we walk past it, or smack the rice, in the stores. There's all these little things. Oh.
Nah, I'm joking. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro! You
Push
guys
the bread.
Nah,
That's
that,
the
that
bread
was
is
diabolical.
criminal.
That is so rude.
far out, man.
What
You
the-
think you
you
know
know why? You know why
Bro,
that's
that-
Because now the next person's
someone-
bread.
you know why? It's because I know she pushes it and then she picks up a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of the
piece of
herbs up in
shit.
that bread, like, what the
Lucinda, I told you, bro.
I don't like you when you do this.
Always double check the bread.
Just ruined one relationship, bro. Always look at the
Always
bread.
look at the bread. Because someone over there just playing with the bread.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
I'm sweating, bro.
Looking at your toilet paper after you wipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you look at it?
Yeah, we all look at the toilet
You
paper.
need to know.
Right?
It's clean or not.
That's why you check?
Actually, that makes sense. Whoa, what's going on over
Yeah,
there?
wait, to be honest, checking on the first wipe would be crazy.
Nah, but you gotta see. No.
No,
Whoa.
but sometimes.
Oh, God.
What?
Oh, if it just
Sometimes
glides through?
after- yeah.
That's if it was a wet one.
Have you noticed the dry ones don't leave as much residue? So that
Bro,
they
you
have
ever-
less wipe.
Oh, sorry, yes. I mean, if it's a dry one. You know the ones where it just comes out in one, and it kind of hurts?
Oh,
Oh, it doesn't hurt you?
nah, dog.
Oh,
hey,
okay, that's
you
why
know that MRI
you've been
picture
around through.
Oh, and that's where we leave you guys, man.
Wait, hold on. We told them we'll talk about Cardi B a little
Oh,
bit.
snap.
We barely have
Yeah.
anything to say about it.
Oh, yeah,
But,
she in the streets.
Yeah, well, she ran on Instagram Live and talked about, she's very, very, very over Offset, apparently.
I think she's actually done.
And that she's back outside. Also, she's pregnant.
Oh, she gave birth already.
She gave
Wow.
birth a while ago.
She gave
Oh,
birth.
but there was some activities she must have been doing while she
Wow.
was pregnant.
Yeah, yeah,
Offset's
But
child.
this is the part that
I think
cracked.
people's section might just be saying that to make him upset.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
look.
yeah. What's the crazy part?
To be fair, that would make me upset.
Yeah.
If your girl
What?
goes on live.
But
No, like
I'm not
pregnant with his
Offset.
child.
Yeah.
All right, because then he tweeted, he said, listen to your people. Also, this guy does not believe in punctuation. A lot of rappers don't for some reason. Listen to your people. Take off. And the bros told me. Exclamation. 6 million views at the time that I screenshotted that. And somebody replies to him and they're like, you've cheated on her 300 times.
Literally.
What are you upset about?
Yeah.
Like,
facts.
honestly, what are you upset about? I don't understand guys that are like this. That are
Bruh.
like they put the girl through the ringer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as soon as she goes,
I'm done.
it's not even cheating on her. 'Cause I don't even think they're together, right?
Nah.
So it's like not even cheating. It's just like, yo, I just went and got
done,
me
yeah.
some Cardi D,
Yeah.
right?
But
Bro.
I think there was, I don't know how true this is, but I think there was something where she was entertaining something. But this seemed like it was towards the end of this relationship.
The
I'm like,
the
bro,
fight
you
was a
cheated how
long
many
time ago,
times?
yeah.
Okay, this
You
is gonna
had-
sound bad.
Oh, yeah?
Do you guys not feel like that relationship just stinks? Like actually
Or
physically
like they
stinks?
physically smell.
Like,
I
okay,
knew-
can you not imagine it smelling like?
Like ounce.
What the heck?
I think the opposite. She seems like she's a clean.
I
Like
think
she would smell nice to
I
me.
think it smell nice.
Yeah,
I feel like she
would
puts
smell
too
Smell
much-
like please.
I feel like she
Whatever
puts so much
her name is.
perfume.
Hercules. No, I think she would smell nice. I
Oh, you don't think he?
yeah.
Okay, you've been around.
Maybe.
No, it's must.
I don't know.
Must,
My
like
thing
must.
is just, it's just too many. Like, bro, him putting his galleys butt cheeks on the ground. She comes into the room, he hides his phone on the live stream.
Yeah, I saw a whole thread of
Bro,
nah.
the funniest part with the phone thing, apparently he was flying over to Asia or something like that for a tour. He forgot his phone at home. Flew
back?
Hey, at least he's
My guy
not messy.
said, hey, I forgot this.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lol.
do you
the
think it's a
PJ.
case of like she then just has had because she's had 3 kids with him?
Yeah.
Like, is it just a thing of like I just want all my kids to have one dad?
because I know people like that for
Is it
sure.
potentially,
Probably,
right?
yeah,
Like,
most likely.
I do
Which
see
I
that
love the
being-
merit, but my goodness, please be happy in your life as well.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
think that's what she's doing now.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
But to be honest, that's when
she's
she
outside.
loved him. Now she's like, because this is the first time she's
Yeah.
come out and saying the stuff that she's actually saying.
I need to go have a look at this.
To that extent, right? Which gives me the vibe that she's actually done.
Done.
Like done.
Liberation.
You know what
bro.
I'm trying to think of right now? Who's a relationship that you think would smell really good?
Smell really good.
Oh, Post Malone would stink.
Cigarettes.
Oh, Post Malone, cigarettes.
Smell really.
everything.
When they were together, Damson and Lori,
Lori, yeah.
sensational sense in that.
Yeah,
In
yeah,
that,
yeah,
in that, in that
Yeah, I'm not
household.
sure about that.
Nah. Damson looks like he smells like.
To be honest, I feel like he got some
Rihanna
nice
would
pride
smell
on
amazing.
actually.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but ASAP
Rihanna ASAP Rocky's a good one.
I feel
to be
like
honest,
they
he's a
would.
pretty Donny.
That's
Yeah,
a good.
yeah. I feel
yeah.
like he takes care of
I
himself.
got it. Okay.
He calls himself that.
Yeah, I was trying to say what he calls himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
they groom themselves very well.
Real quick on the Cardi B and Offset. This is how I know like this whole thing is just ghetto. He was like, "You my baby mama, I won." Right?
Oh
I was like,
yeah, as in
I was like, "Well,
uh-huh.
you won because that's your baby mama." Like,
Yeah.
Like, what kind of compliment did
Yeah,
you give
like,
me,
what-
really? I know she said, ow.
Like, because he's saying, because this then beef is like, yeah, you can do all that, but I want because you're my baby mama.
Yeah, nothing makes sense there, bro.
Man.
I was like,
That's what Megan Thee Stallion said. All these guys are mad because she ain't nobody's baby mama. So
Ate it up.
Oh, she would smell so good. She would smell
yeah,
so good.
we love Megan
I
Thee
just
Stallion.
love that she's also coined stallion, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
What a word, man. Yeah.
Love stallions.
Hey, man, find and pursue your own happiness, please,
That's it,
people,
that's
bro.
it.
That's good. Hey, thank you for joining us for another episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a rating on Spotify.
Because you did.
Yeah, actually, facts. Because you did. Now you know our past of this episode. And you like it, so you're going to stay. Yeah, no, for real. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye.
Peace.